Hello everyone, and welcome back to 2064. In the last episode, what happened is a variety of things, I believe, but the main thing that happened is that Hayden was revealed to be killed. So sadly, he is no longer with us. And in this episode, what our plan is that we can either go to Tomcats or we can go to Fairlight. My feeling is that I would like to go... Here we are. The COS.io Corporation office building. It looks like most of the business on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under COS.io. Is that important? Well, perhaps at the very least, it means that it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles. Not impossible, but unlikely. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetic issues. None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they're not related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups. In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much bankrupt. Is that true? A poor mental economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services. They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then one of the smaller cities sold all their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation. Some places like Los Angeles just sold to the highest bidder, which is probably why LA is essentially in the constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio and police forces. Fair enough, thanks for filling me in. You're welcome, I'm happy to assist. That was very nice. Planter. The meshnet says Augmented Eye's San Francisco office is run by an individual named Zinn, and Tomcat confirms she's expecting us. All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this time. Aw yeah, a super Familink. This plays all the old hits like Yonkers Peninsula, Water Rush, and Super Slug 3, Revenge of the Super Slug. Oh, my favorite game. Oh, is that an IK-47? Zen's IK-47 Executive Series ROMs designed for office level high account maintenance. Talk to dog. Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like a drink? Water would be nice. My assistant will bring it right away. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press, but it's still better than the other options. Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in a coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in a coalition, it won't look good for me to send my own reporters against my allies. Now, what do you think of our problem here? Some being is tampering with your articles on the mesh? That's the long and the short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. Changes to our articles. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they are hit by the mesh, they get changed. They hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. What kind of changes are being made? Mostly little things, word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protesters was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a heck of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to. Do you have any idea where I should start looking? Not really. My admin says that only some being with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols can make these kinds of changes as something passes across the net. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than some being inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. I'm sure you'll be a good journal and bring me back the right answer. Okay, that's a start. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All that said, I can't see why any being would target us unless we are trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are more direct ways of making that happen. Alright, look, I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to check out TMI Entmt and Charlie Nova. That's all I'll say, and remember, you take a bite out of him, with my name as your defense, I drop you fast. My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs to be an investigative journalist with serious context, not tech personalities. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me, you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from... Good luck and goodbye. Well then. That was interesting. Well, that was more confrontational than I expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that water. You're right. I never got my water. She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing. Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all this is really due to some being manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path. Anyway, seems like our next step is... What? What the? That's Zinn! Oh shoot, it is, isn't it? What the? Oh no, we need to help her. Yes, first reaction. It's too late. What? She's dead. Whoa, she did jump pretty far. Considering the angle and the height of the fall, rendering suitable aid is beyond our capabilities now. Your desire is laudable, but emergency services are already on the way. They will assist her as much as they can. We should head back to her office to see if we can determine what happened here. Perhaps we can still dispense justice. This is how we dispense justice, right? What? I guess so. Come on, go in. There we go. It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon. So TV's on the ground now. Her personal computer, I guess it is. Computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep her fingerprints off the keyboard. Most of this is very interesting. Committee reports isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, articles, missions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zinn and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entmt is a little more solid than she led to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb. Zinn seemed to think that he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts just wanted to make him look like critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the augmented eye journalist. This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to. Considering the destiny of this glass, I can't imagine Zinn jumped that far and managed to throw herself the pain without help. We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost at the scene. Son of a... Oh, it's you. Hi. I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you? This is a total misunderstanding. I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zinn to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of despair. Of course you did. Dang it. Fine. Get the heck out of here before anything else shows up. We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me? Certainly, Detective Rivers. Why did you lie to Lexi? We could have been... Because it's better this way. We are chasing smoke trails. You think she would assist in such an unlikely investigation? I do not need you to infer upon my motivations or highlight my duplicity. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zinn gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from her hard drive. Literally. I hope some pity for me still remains considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to voice to some being who can answer our questions. TMI Entertainment is a relatively popular celebrity and gossip news conglomerate. They own OK Today. They did a good job transitioning from the traditional media models of television and news to the net-based model prevalent now, and pioneered the digital newspaper OK Today's The Scanlight. Some might call their programs rags, but opinions on Mesh seems more favorable than not. They stick to mostly good-natured prying and lean away from the seedier nastiness that paparazzi can get up to. Charlie Nova is TMI Entertainment's most popular TV personality. He's gotten consistently high ratings for almost a decade and isn't afraid to tell you about it. The chatter on Meshnet's him as a bit arrogant, but in that loud, backslapping kind of way that Mia Star can get away with. He's best known for hosting The Star in the Stratosphere. It's one of those talent-seeking reality programs. Hello. Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment? I have a story we're about to break and want to offer TMI an opportunity to comment. I guess I should send you to Sympathy then. Oh, she'd be pretty mad if Sunbeam ran something without her chance to comment. Go ahead and talk to her. She's on the other side of the room. Don't bother the talent though. She hates that. Okie dokie. Wait, I know you. Hey, I saw you. Yeah. Hey, you over here now. What do you think you do bothering my beans? I thought I told Nia to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if they taped over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee. Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should speak to you. Yes, I am, and if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in my building? We've been given a lead on the story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Some being has been manipulating his articles on the Meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We're trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads. You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation models all the fresh meat rave about. Of course, I know some being been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop from underneath me. Yeah, say that to Zinn. Zinn? Augment Zinn? What does Zinn have to do with any of this? She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then some being threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first. Oh my goodness. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie. If some being is trying to kill beans over this, I'd rather it be done as fast as possible. Can I talk to you? I want to talk to you. Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM. Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand. Very sleek, very clean. Bravo! Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me and to hurry things up. Right down to the brass tracks then, I suppose. Wait, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Charlie Nova, host of the Tonight in the Stars, and the Stars in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that, I'm sure. Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself? Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can imagine you've come all this way just to get my story, have you? After all, I've already published my own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova. I'm the host of the largest celebrity network show on the Mesh. I couldn't be happier. It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count. You like that voice? That voice good? Sure, she can be a little I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being. So, let's move on. Look, Charles, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this. Aha, it's Charlie. And honestly, I'd absolutely love to help you out. Really, I didn't get to It was your post they're manipulating. And that's supposed to mean what? I'm not sure if you're trying to imply that I had something to do with this, or that I'm being targeted for some specific reason, but if you have an accusation to level, then make it known. My time is far too important to be wasted on being around the bush. Alright, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything to get to know, so get the heck out of here. If you find anything more interesting than what you've got, come back and see me again. Directly. Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down. We're very sorry that we made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers. Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. Put the spoiled milk in it. This is where the time is supposed to shine, but... Nah, let's not do that. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's deliver this and make amends. Did you have the option of, like, not doing that? I thought I told you to be it, or do your ears not just work? We just want to bring you a cup of coffee and make sure there's no hard feelings. Ha, that's cute. I promise I don't bite. I just have a job to do. Sometimes I think Charlie's hair gel seeps into his brain, but he brings in the most of our revenue, so his happiness is top priority. Now Scram, you know how to get in touch with me if you need me. So cool, we're done. That did not go well at all. Farewell. Can I talk to you more actually? I want to learn about you. Oh, door is open. Go right on through. No, I want to talk to you. No, let me talk to you. Aw, come on. I'm going to end this episode here. I'm not sure if I've done enough yet, but I believe this has been a good, like, bringing back, so, you know, to get further more into the story. Anyways. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I do like that this story is picking up some more with some really interesting things happening, like dramatic. Yeah. Goodbye, yeah.